had a high number of positives. But the thinking behind the categorization, the recategorization, was also to make an assessment of risk. So if a federation, by implication, if a federation has more elite athletes than other federations, by implication, that risk level will be higher. So it's a balance between understanding the pathology, the trajectory of those positive tests, but at the same time, understanding that there are federations like Kenya that have thousands of elite athletes, and the risk assessment is taken into consideration. How are those categories monitored? They're monitored very closely by the Athletics Integrity Unit. One of the questions, I think, actually to the minister was, if you're in Category A, do you remain in Category A in perpetuity for a lifetime? The answer is not necessarily. In fact, we want everybody out of Category A on a metric that simply assesses positives. And how is that being assessed against other countries? Look, the Athletic Integrity Unit monitors all those countries in Category A. But what I think has been demonstrated this morning, not just about Category A, but the escalating number of positives that have been reported in Kenyan athletics in the last year or so, I think what has been demonstrated here this morning is the desire, the focus to deal with this problem, not to brush it under the carpet, and to be open and transparent about it. So I hope that not only in resolving the high number of positive tests that Kenyan athletes, particularly those athletes on the road, have been a party to, that we can also hopefully at some stage move Kenya out of Category A, so that it's seen as a country with a lot of elite athletes, but a lower level of risk. But these categories are assessed all the time. So at the end of each year, the Athletic Integrity Unit would report back to World Athletics and talk about the progress or not that those federations have made. There was one question about, was I receiving pressure from other federations about the situation in Kenya? No, I wasn't receiving pressure. I was getting questions. I was getting questions in the lead up to our council meeting, and the global media, not just Kenyan media, but the global media was reporting on the escalating number of positives in Kenyan athletics. It is understandable that federations were wanting to understand the situation. They were wanting to understand what the Athletic Integrity Unit was doing. And the point I made at the time, which I hope I reinforced here a few moments ago when I made my opening remarks, was that there is a significant difference between the challenge that we confronted or have been confronting in Russia and the challenge here. And the fact that all the agencies, the public authorities who are working together, are not prepared to cover up or not face the challenge is, for me, the big difference.